Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. So as we speak, we're about to hit another milestone in terms of subscriber count here on Andy's Fire Club. And as we speak, I'm slowly inching towards 2,500 subscribers. So I just wanted to give a big thank you to all of you, whether or not you've just joined the club or you're a longtime viewer of this channel. Thank you very much. I always try to preemptively make these milestone videos just because I know I'm not quite there yet, right? I'm at like 24 or something, but it provides me some positive encouragement too to preemptively make these videos, and it kind of becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? I always say in one of these videos that I just imagine speaking to a room of 2,500 people and how big that room would have to be to fit all of you, right? So when I first started Andy's Fire Club back in university, I was lucky to get like 10 people to come to the meetings, right? Honestly. And if you think I'm over-exaggerating on how far this channel has come, you can just go back and look at some of my older videos. In fact, I looked at my worst performing video on this channel, which as of November 2020 is the video titled "Has the Stock Market Hit the Bottom in March 2020?" Which honestly I thought would do very well, but apparently not. But no, that video got 37 views, 2 likes, and 0 comments. So actually it's probably got 38 views now because I just watched it. But anyways, thank you guys very much once again. So to celebrate though, let's do a Q&A. So how this is gonna work is that you can ask me a question down in the comments down below, or if you prefer to DM me, my Twitter and Instagram are in the links down in the description. If you want, you can ask me your questions and they can be finance related or not. They could even be personal questions if you want. And I'll let it run for a week. And I'll make a video next week answering some of your questions. So basically the exact same way that it worked last time for those of you who participated in the first Q&A. But don't get offended if I don't answer your questions though, or respond to your DM, because I have a feeling that I'm gonna get a lot more questions compared to the last Q&A. And also I would ask that you try to keep the questions civil and respectful. Please only ask questions that you actually think that I would actually answer. Don't just be like, "Andy, why are you so dumb?" Although that question is valid, it will not be answered. So yeah, pause the video now and leave the question down in the comments if you have one. And also I would ask that you give the video an early like, just because it increases the chance that more people will see it. So with that out of the way though, what are we talking about today for the rest of this video? Well, I actually had a bunch of things I wanted to talk about, but they weren't really big enough topics for me to make an individual video on each of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jam it all into this video. So forgive me if this video is a little bit less organized than some of my other videos. Just think of it as a coffee chat between you and me. First thing is, I'm sure you guys have heard the news by now, but Tesla is confirmed to be included in the S&P 500. And this news didn't really come as a surprise to me, to be honest, because in my opinion, it was kind of inevitable. But this is still a very interesting and important development for Tesla though, because now all the index funds will be forced to buy Tesla stock. So you can expect to see an increased demand for Tesla stock as soon as the addition happens, which is scheduled for December 21st, 2020. And the stock price has reacted accordingly today. And in my opinion, this is further affirmation that Tesla is finally being taken seriously by Wall Street. When I first started buying this stock back in summer of 2019, I kept reading negative article after negative article about Tesla, and there was this one analyst that put out a $10 price target for Tesla, and at the time the stock was around like $200 per share pre-split. All I'm saying is that rest in peace anyone who shorted Tesla. At this point, I'd be surprised if Tesla isn't the next $1 trillion company. So if you just look at the potential and you look at the prospects, I don't think that anyone's going to beat Tesla to a $1 trillion market cap. Okay, maybe that's not true. So I think that Facebook might get there first, but I think that Facebook doesn't really count because they're already huge and they're almost there already. So you get the point, right? I think that it's very clear that Tesla will hit $1 trillion just if they continue on their natural trajectory. Never mind if they pull off any positive surprises from here. All I'm saying is that I'm not complaining about the fact that Tesla is my biggest position in my portfolio. Okay, moving on. So after I made that portfolio reveal video, I got a couple people asking me down in the comments, what about my positions in REI.TO and Air Canada? Well, just to clarify, I haven't sold any of those. I still hold those, and those are in my Wealthsimple trade account. So I've actually added to both positions since the last time I made a Wealthsimple reveal video. So those are the only positions I hold in that account though. So let me just do a quick portfolio reveal right now. So as you can see, starting off with Air Canada, I now have 300 shares of Air Canada at an average price of $17.44 per share. And my average price did get pulled up a bit since I added to it a while ago and when the stock was like even higher, but hey, it is what it is, right? So yeah, currently I'm up 19% on this position, so I can't complain. And this is a stock that I'll continue to hold, and it's a great recovery play, and Air Canada is in pretty great financial shape, all things considered. I mean, it's not the best of the best, obviously, but considering that it's one of the most highly affected companies in the middle of a pandemic, it's not bad. So I think that if we get a vaccine and travel demand picks back up, this is easily a $30 stock, in my opinion, considering it was trading north for over $50 per share right before the pandemic hit. So next up in this portfolio, I also have 700 shares of REI.TO, and as you guys can see, this is quite a big position for me, coming in at well over $10,000 Canadian in value. And I'm loving the average price on these. So right now my average price on my REI.TO shares is $15.12 per share. And combine that with 12 cents per share per month in terms of monthly dividends, my yield on cash is a solid 9.5%. So I'm also up 14% on the shares themselves. So I gotta say that this position is working out very well for me at the moment. And I'm not sure if you guys remember, but a while ago I made that video about how I was gonna buy $10,000 worth of REI.TO shares. And then someone down in the comments was like,
show us after you buy the shares.
And I'm like, what? You don't believe me? Come on, I wouldn't lie to you guys. Why would I put out a video titled I'm buying $10,000 worth of this stock and then not buy $10,000 worth of that stock? Like, why would I play myself? Come on, guys. Also, I had someone down in the comments about that video complaining that I'm using the wrong terminology. Since REI.TO is a REIT, so technically they're called units instead of shares. And instead of dividends, it's called distributions. And I know, okay? So for all intents and purposes, though, they're the same thing. And I'm just going to call them shares and dividends for simplicity's sake. I think it's important not to get too caught up in the financial jargon because a lot of us here at the club are beginners in terms of finance and investing. So I don't want to confuse you guys by like switching terminology all the time. So yeah, if you're complaining about this, take a chill pill. Anyways, so both of these positions are doing very well, and I'm not sure if we're ever going to see such crazy prices once again because once the news of the vaccine comes out, and we already have some news from Pfizer and Moderna about some pretty great results on their experimental vaccine. So once that vaccine actually comes out, recovery stocks are probably going to perform very well in the long term. But, if either one of these stocks dips once again, I'd definitely be willing to add more of both. So next topic though, the Impossible Burger is finally available in Canada now, and you're like, okay, but what does that have to do with finance and investing? Well, if you caught my earlier video about Beyond Meat, I'm a big fan of the plant-based food movement, and I'm not a vegetarian or vegan, just for the record, but I do think that we should try to eat less meat in the future, just for environmental reasons, if not for animal welfare as well. So animal agriculture is known to be a major contributing factor to climate change, and may have also played a large part in why we're in a pandemic in the first place, since viruses that make humans sick often originate in animals. So I bought Beyond Meat shares, and I'm very excited about the company's prospects and vision. But however, that is not to say that there is no competition to Beyond Meat. So one of their biggest competitors is a company called Impossible Foods, which makes the Impossible Burger. And I watched a video on how the Impossible Burger is made, and man, it's brilliant. So the main thing with Impossible Burgers, though, is this chemical called heme, which to my understanding is a major component in blood. So hence why it's called hemoglobin, right? It's like that thing in your blood. So it's heme that's contributing to the nice meaty taste when you bite into a burger. But the thing is that heme can also be extracted from plants, which is where the animals get it from anyways. So what Impossible did was that they actually added heme to their plant-based burger, and let me tell you, it's magical. So Beyond Meat burger is like, oh, this tastes a lot better than a typical veggie burger. It tastes like real meat. And then if you bite into an Impossible burger, it's like it's meat. It's like 98 to 99% of the way there, I'd say. So you literally would not realize that it's not real meat unless somebody told you or unless you were really paying attention. And I know some of you are like, should you really be saying that as a Beyond Meat shareholder? You know, like promoting the competitor's product. And I just gotta say, look, you gotta give credit where credit is due, okay? So the Impossible Burger tastes better than Beyond Meat. I think that most will agree. It's also more expensive than Beyond Meat. So I paid $12 per pack for the Impossible Burger. So, you know, this picture right here that you're seeing, you're looking at about almost $30 Canadian dollars worth of stuff right there. And also, I kind of think of Impossible and Beyond Meat as sort of being on the same team as well. Sure, they will compete against each other, but they're still mainly competing against the meat industry and old players like Tyson. So Tyson Foods, not like Mike Tyson, by the way. So Impossible is not publicly traded just yet, or else I'd be definitely interested in picking up some shares in Impossible as well. Anyways, that's enough me rambling for today. I'll leave the video here. Don't forget to ask your questions down in the comments, by the way, if you haven't already, or send me a message on Twitter and Instagram. So yeah, I'll leave the video here. Be sure to give the thumbs up if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.